everybody, I'm Paul Dobson, and my wife Larissa and I are here with our 3 kids who are all born nearby in Thailand, and we've been here for 6 years now. We work in anti-human trafficking, and also I teach missionary kids and other third culture kids. So we have a school here that has about 350 kids, so I actually get to teach high school. I get to give homework, give assessments and tests, and help prepare students for university and career. And so we have teachers from 15 different countries and kids from 35 different countries whose parents are here doing various kinds of mission work, working with non-government organizations, NGOs. And today we're driving down one of the main roads that takes us north-south through the town, and we're headed to Tol Slang Prison, which used to be a high school. And when the Khmer Rouge took over in 1975, they converted the high school into a basically a torture prison, and I believe about 11,000 people were brought there and forced to confess to various things, such as being educated, speaking a foreign language, all things that were banned by the Khmer Rouge. And once they were forced to give their confession there, they were taken to a place outside of town, not far outside of town, where they were killed. And so it was a place that has a very horrible history. And the man who was in charge of it, a man named Doik, he actually became a Christian, became a believer after the Khmer Rouge time. And he said, God, if you want me to pay for what I've done, have someone find me. He was up working in a church in the province, and someone did find him, and they brought him to justice. And he's the only one of any of these leaders that admitted to doing anything. And he said, yes, I actually did it, and I'm willing to pay for it. So everyone else who was involved has denied any wrongdoing. And so he was in charge of the particular prison that we're going to today. So kind of if there's any positive spin to a very horrible story, at least in his life, God did a work in his life. So that's where we're headed today.
Right.
Here in the Genocide Museum in Phnom Penh in Cambodia. This is where they took their prisoners, basically, all the people they wanted to torture and get information from. They put them in these rooms. As you can see, it's a very desolate place.
You notice here with the victims arrested in certain years, you have the early victims arrested in 75, the origin year. They don't have numbers. The moment you jump to 76, you see they start numbering. As you jump to 77, you see the numbers start to get higher. You get to 78, where you're in high numbers. When you come back to this wall, you see 267 all the way up to 797. Very eerie.
So we're just looking at these things and all these pictures of these kids that have been slaughtered, and it is absolutely eating us away. I mean, I don't even understand the thing that gets me the most. It doesn't even make sense. Like you could think of like how somebody would have a sick mind and they think, okay, we need to get some people out of the country we don't like, you know. Fair enough, whatever, you know, let's get the Jews out of Germany. But I don't understand what kind of anger, what kind of demonic agenda would come with the people. They feel like they'd have to hurt people, you know. And just all these people, you know, and the looks on their faces in these photographs, and like they don't understand. And I have the same look on my face, like I just don't get it. Like why the pain and all the torture and the murder and the mayhem? It doesn't make any sense to me. There's just no explanation. And, well, the thing that gets me is I know that things like this are happening in Syria right now, and when I walk in here, my first reaction is, why would God let this happen? And my theology kicks in. I realize that God is sitting here with me, just bawling his head off, just going, no. Oh, and then I ask the real important question, which God backs me on, which is, why didn't anybody come in here and stop it? And yet, I think that in 20 years in Syria or wherever, there'll be a museum like this up, and someone will come in and say, well, why didn't anyone stop this? And we're in Australia eating our meat pies, trying to figure out what university we're going to go to, and people are being tortured like this all around the world.
So it's really hard to imagine what a lot of people would have had to go through. It's really eerie. It's very emotional. Just to see a family or even children not just die from natural death, but from torture, and this place just really shows how horrible this event was for the Cambodian people. And my heart goes out to them. My deepest sympathies goes out to all the families that were affected by this. I just can't even comprehend or even begin to explain what I'm feeling right now. It's just